There he is. Old Seedy's back feeding the pigeons again.
There! Take this! And this! And get out of my park!
Like I thought he's really mad. Come on, Maya. Just keep your head down and let's sneak it away while we still can. What? Why? Hello, old man. What are you doing, Maya?
Huh? Ka!
Hey, he just turned his back on us. I'm not surprised. I bet I really heard a spider in court this morning. Hey, Mr. Kudo.
Pigeon! Ka!
Look, we really need to talk to you, alright?
Out with the demons! And with good fortune!
Ow, 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 ow! Seats! Shell spirals! Painful! I always knew you were a demon, Maya. I'm sorry about what happened in court earlier today.
Ka! Everyone will be talking about me behind my back now! A dirty old man who was so busy looking at the servant girl's backside, he can't remember her face! A filthy, depraved animal!
Not at all.
Are you listening to me, boy? I don't care what you say. I saw that waitress put it in. She put some white powder into the young lad's cappuccino.
We hear you.
And another thing, young layabout was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the lens of his broken spectacles.
We're really sorry.
So I made a little mistake about the face. So what? I know what I saw. I tell you.
Okay, take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo.
Don't tell me to take it easy, you spiky-haired brat! Take this!
You said you were a craftsman, right?
Ka! The modern world casts honest craftsmen like me aside in droves!
Surely it's not that.
I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns! Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer, I was born one!
Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself.
I wanted to stick my fingers up that trembling old judge's nose and scream right down his ear hole. Objection!
Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young? I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all.
I've got a tsunami of frustration inside and it's ready to burst out!
If you let him start rambling now, you might never shut him up. What should I do? I want to see what he does. Actually, we've got places to go, things to check out and stuff. Maybe another time?
Fine, whatever. Just don't forget. I've got a tsunami's worth of grumbling to do.
Yes. This girl right here is really looking forward to hearing it all. Honest. What? I never said that.
Come to the place where I work then. Here, bring this along with you.
What is this? It's covered in seeds. A discount coupon for a burger? You really want someone to grumble at, huh? Although, it is a burger joint. Oh. I guess that was the wrong choice. Alright. Guess I better let him talk. Oh. So suck it up means let him talk. Okay, got it. So there's not much call for craftsmen these days then.
Of course not, you idiot! All I'm good for nowadays is running errands.
Errands?
Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of two-bit community handyman?
Well...
Buy some bread. Now that I can understand. But what's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? Why don't people say what they mean? Get lost, that's what they're trying to say. Oh, yes. I'm just an inconvenience, you see? At home at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I?
I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute. What did he just say? At home and at that restaurant? Hold up. By restaurant, are you talking about Très Bien? Did you get asked to run an errand there too?
Yes, I did. The very day that young brat was poisoned.
What? So on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do?
Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young lad slumped over the table. The servant girl collapsed, and I broke that vase. It all happened so fast I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shouted over to me.
Excuse me, you! Call the police!
Call him yourself, I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time.
So, did you end up calling the police?
Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze.
Did you call them on your cell phone?
God, do I look like that one of those newfangled thingamajiggies? I went out looking for a payphone, of course.
You went looking for one?
I couldn't find one on our way, you know. Wandered around for 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes? So for 5 minutes after the incident happened...
Yes, sirree! The owner was at Tribulations on his own.
Why didn't you mention this in court this morning?
Well, I would have if you gave me the chance. But you all booed me out of the courtroom.
Sigh, thank you, Mr. Guido. You've certainly earned your kudos for today.
Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh, yes, I remember something else.
Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom.
It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame.
You could have at least told us before we got to court. Is it really that important that Mr. Guido was the one who called the police? What's important is the kind of time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious. Which leaves that man, alone in the restaurant. Mr. Guido might have been chased out of the place on purpose. What do you mean? Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant?
Oh, sure. You go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead.
We need to get more details about what exactly happened. From Maggie and from Mr. Armstrong. Alright, man. See you later. Whew.
Oh, Mr. Wright!
Hello, Maggie. So, they finished questioning you?
Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? I'm gonna stay up all night and blog about everything that happened.
Were you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there.
Yeah, but you told me that old man.
Well, he was all over the place with his testimony.
He's not the only one.
Huh? What do you mean?
Everyone else's testimony doesn't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident anyway.
Is it possible she's the one misremembering things? Maybe. Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember?
Yep. There are just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something in the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him.
But didn't Mr. Kuda testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder in the coffee cup? So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it?
Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it?
Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right? It was MC Bomber, Maya. That name was scrawled on the sports paper as well.
I never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir.
Or the victim's medication. That's gone missing too. Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me. You said that you passed out when the victim, Glenn collapsed, right?
Yes, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop.
Oh yeah.
When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir.
So between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tribulations?
No idea at all. Why? Is it important, Mr. Wright?
The other witness, the old man from a park, was pretty much chased out of the picture.
Chased out of the picture? What do you mean?
Old CD wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police. Exactly. And you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time.
No! You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you?
When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all.
Grrr! It's like the master biting the paw of the dog it feeds. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, the old man said as much when he spoke with him earlier.
I don't know. The things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir.
Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out. Maybe we should ask Maggie exactly what she knows about old CD. Alright? Maggie, what do you know about old CD?
I feel much better after the trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. It feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man.
It's not really that bad of an old man, though.
Still, I feel a bit uneasy.
Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better. Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony.
Roger, I'll spill it all and you see what you make of it.
Alright? Spill away. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you?
Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testified to begin with doesn't quite...
Doesn't quite what?
Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table... It's true there was another customer in the restaurant.
Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo.
But I can't really say he was an old man.
Okay, then how about calling him a really old, middle-aged man?
No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman.
A woman? Are you sure, Maggie?
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so.
So, what does this woman look like?
She was sort of creepy. She had kind of a cackling laugh.
Creepy? Cackling? Why do I get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently? This just keeps getting more and more interesting, doesn't it? Oh yeah. Here you go, Maggie. Oh yeah. I've got something you're gonna love.
Really? What is it?
A lunchbox, just for you. Here.
Wow, a lunchbox? Weenies, too? I can't believe it! Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright?
Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who else would make such a nice lunchbox for you?
Detective Gumshoe?
He's really worried about you. Looks like you put a lot of effort into making this, too.
I can't accept it. The judge set of rules. No gifts allowed, sir.
Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that.
The rules are the rules. I'll lock you up if you break them.
Somehow when an ex-cop turned waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier.
And anyway, I hate weenies.
Oh, really?
It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright.
But... She's right. It's better than letting it go to waste. But... I guess so.
Hey, that's pretty good weenies here.
Well, how was it?
That hit the spot. I love weenies.
Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir.
Alright. See you around, Maggie. Oh, no. He said he was back here, right? Let's see. Alright.
The main server just went up in smoke.
Why the heck is the press conference set up yet?
The superintendent's here already.
Yeah, there's a problem with the internet too. I already told you to stop using your computer, Chief. I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up on my Asian soap operas.
It's gonna have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch.
No, just when some young guy was about to confess to his son's hot-to-trot girlfriend.
Wow, this place is really buzzing. Something must be going down. Something really big. Huh? What are you doing here, pal? There's Gumshoe. He can't be here right now. You'll be up doing the weaving if you stay. Huh? We've got big problems here today. Why? What's going on?
It's a virus! A virus!
A virus? There's a virus ripping through the patient's computer system. I really need to ask you some questions.
Okay, I'm only gonna say this once, so listen up.
Yes.
No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this, you hear?
Okay.
If you got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there.
Ah, we're not thinking about borrowing money, detective. We want information.
Oh,
Is that all?
well, let's see. Daniel is considered to be even fishier than an average illegal loan shark. And it seems it ran into trouble just recently. Those guys have been really heavy-handed calling in all of their debts.
Really?
Don't go poking your nose around their business, pal. You'll really regret it if you upset the lady.
Alright, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did he just say? That lady? Lady? Who is this lady he's talking about, Nick?
We better find out what the story is with this lady.
Hey, lady.
That's the girl who works over at Tenderlanda. You want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it.
She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she?
That should be the least of your worries, pal.
What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse?
Her name is Viola Cadaverini. She is the only granddaughter of Bruno Cadaverini.
Bruno Cadaverini? Do you know who that is, Nick? Never heard of him.
Bruno Cadaverini is the boss of the Cadaverini family.
The Cadaverinis? That's one scary sounding name.
We can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police. But you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you?
No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. I better get some more info out of Gumshoe about this family. I'm not so sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis?
Who are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who.
You're a cop and you're scared? What's that about?
Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop. These guys are crazy. Scary. They've got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. They can't touch them. They've got too much moolah.
Moolah? As in...
They pretty much control all the cash in the city on the city's black market.
The black market, huh? And that includes Tenderlander, I take it?
Sure, it only stands up to Bruno Cadaverini, and I mean no one.
Interesting. So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss, then?
Yeah, and everyone knows how much Bruno loves his little girl. She means everything to him.
So, how did she end up at Tenderlander?
I don't know, pal. But I heard she and the boss of Tenderlander are pretty tight.
Tight?
Yeah, like her pussy. That's what it said in the file related to Maggie's case.
Sounds like a pretty important clue. So, present Maggie? I don't know.
I wouldn't go flashing that photo around if I were you, pal.
Why not?
That guy rules the criminal underworld. You could get yourself in serious trouble. I'm talking say your prayers trouble.
You're shaking, detective. Like a leaf.
I'm just, you know, kind of on the edge at the moment, if you know what I mean. Oh, this guy, the tiger.
Is he famous?
Yeah, this guy's This guy's not a loan shark, you know. Nope, he's a big loan cat.
Hence the name.
Don't pay him back, and you better say your prayers, because he'll eat you alive.
You're shaking, detective. Like a leaf.
I'm just, you know, kind of on the edge at the moment, if you know what I mean.
Again?
Megan's probably crying all alone right now, huh?
Yeah, thanks to you.
Ah! I'm sorry, I'm so sorry!
Maya, don't torch poor Gumshoe's feelings like they're cups of cheap creme brulee. Fuck. Maya, don't torch poor Gumshoe's feelings like they're cups of cheap creme brulee. Good enough. You're really crazy about Maggie, aren't you?
No, I'm not, it's not that I...
You don't have to hide it, Gumshoe. It's pretty obvious. Yeah, you're way too plain looking for Maggie, right?
I'll arrest you right now if you weren't so right.
Aw. So what exactly is a computer virus, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know.
What? Look, I just go with the flow, alright, pal? And here I thought detectives were supposed to be somewhat knowledgeable. What's with that face, pal? You think you know what a virus is? Well, Nick, do you? A computer virus? Sure. I mean, only in simple terms, of course. Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. White from now on. Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. White? Why do I get the feeling they're making fun of me? Okay, fine. I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basics to the two of you. A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage.
Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode?
No, the damage is, well, it's all internal. So the insides go boom, right? Imagine all the case data you've got stored on your PCs here in the station. A virus could wipe out all of that. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about.
Whoa, that's scary.
Yeah, and what's even more scary is that viruses are infectious. Infectious? Most computers are connected together on a network, right? A virus can move from one machine to another over the network. So the virus just keeps spreading faster and faster. That's like a real virus, huh? But, Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that?
Yeah, it takes ages to type in all the data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal?
No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else's. What? That's horrible.
Oh, I get it.
It's like you sneezing on Mr. Godot so he catches a cold. Right, then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It's wrong. Who? What? Where? When and why did the conversation just jump to talk about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage.
And all the different viruses have names, right?
I kind of feel like I've heard that name of the virus we caused somewhere before. The name of the virus, huh? I feel like I've heard of it before, too. Then it comes to, about this.
What?
I'm trying to concentrate on Maggie on the virus right now, so I...
Ah! This is it! This stupid name! I remember it now!
I thought so. Here it comes. Don't just nod to yourself and keep me in the dark, Nick. What's going on? It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. A name scribbled on that sports paper and written on that CD.
That's the name of the virus. MC Bomber.
What?
Yeah, the virus that just infected every computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber.
Can you give us any more details, please? Wow.
You already know about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if their demands were met.
Who are they?
I don't know, some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess.
And now the virus has been released, huh?
Yeah, it's in every computer in every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around like they're dancing at a carnival.
All this stuff with criminals and viruses. It almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie.
Apparently the programmer who made the virus was a real genius or something. The focus right now is on the tracing the root of this virus on the black market.
You mean someone put this virus up for sale?
Yeah, and because this one's so powerful, they're estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal.
In the millions? Virus can be worth that much?
Arrgh, I can't believe it! I almost forgot the most important thing!
And that is?
You know, the lunchbox. How do you even go?
Lunchbox? You remember? The weenies?
I hate weenies!
Oh, yeah. Those weenies.
So, how did my weenies taste when they went down the hatch?
Huh? Well, it was delicious.
Yeah? That's what she said? Really?
Well, not exactly.
Don't worry about it, pal. I figured telling me what happened, so I came prepared.
Prepared? What do you mean?
I made a jumbo lunchbox.
Oh.
Do me a favor again, huh, pal, and deliver this?
This sure is a heavy burden, in more ways than one.
I just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring her that.
Weenies, again, Nick. Tell me we don't have to eat all these too. I really can't eat anymore. Alright, Lisa. It's time to spill the beans. So, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Ulg was in? I'm sorry, sir, but we don't deal with troubleshooting here. Perhaps you'd like to speak to someone in customer service? What's she talking about? I guess I better just take a shot and see where it gets me. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Did Mr. Ulg's trouble have something to do with this? What is that? A lottery ticket? There were a ton of these on the victim's table at the scene of the crime. And what is the relevance of that? The victim, Mr. Glenn Alk, had a gambling habit, didn't he? I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone dreams of being rich. Even I listen to Millionaire Radio. She's right. That is a bit weak on its own. But Mr. Alk's gambling wasn't restricted to the lottery, was it? The lottery, horse racing, he bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's got to have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Maybe bad enough to be the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps? No! You alright? Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example, do you understand? Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any. But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000. Yeah, but it's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, hasn't it? It's true that Mr. Elg won $500,000 in the end, but that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that. Deep trouble? What do you mean? Mr. Elg's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and more ferocious. Fiora Tigre, the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. Tender Lender? People with businesses should think harder before naming their offices. Like you want to talk. Well, what do you think? Our firm is doing very well at the moment. I don't think we need to borrow money. No. I mean about Mr. Elk. You think Glenn had something to do with this Fiora Tigre? Yes. I'm sorry. I don't know any connection between the two of them. Really? Because I've got proof that Mr. Elk and the Tiger knew each other. Fiora Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elk met with on the day of his murder. And the one thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debts. No! It's true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I think. $100,000? Ouch! But I heard he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear. Shame Megan couldn't get a bit of that good luck. Okay, so the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then? Well, it isn't easy to say, but he said he would use his talents to repay the money. His talents? I suspect he was talking about programming. What computer program is worth $100,000? Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work. I'm so close to cracking her. The program in question, was it by any chance? This? Well, this is it, isn't it? This is a virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber! No! Gotcha! Glenn's had more processing power than any computer, but it had been infected with a gambling virus. Glenn was in too deep. You mean he was in debt? Yes, $100,000 in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work. Something a bit risky. Risky? How? Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Tribulations. Where did he come up with these ideas? So it's safe to say Mr. Elg was the creator of this virus, huh? The MC Bomber virus? Yes. It was a work of genius. In a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius. Something like that would have probably fetched several $1 million on the black market. Inconceivable. Gumshoe was right for a change. This date, December 3rd, that is marked on his calendar. That was his deadline for repaying his debts. I guess we won't be needing these horse race tickets anymore. Use the trash can, Nick. Alright, Violetta. It's time you spill the beans. Whew. 4 locks. You said that bandage around your head was from an operation? You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct? Yes, the operation was very difficult, apparently. Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Did the injury in question have something to do with this? Well, donuts? Huh? I baked them myself. Homemade donuts. Have one. What's inside? Jam and... I'm sorry, but I didn't quite catch that. Thanks, but no thanks. I think I'll pass. I guess that was a flop. What happened to this woman for her to have such a huge bandage on her head? There must be some piece of evidence that will prompt her to tell me what happened. Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Did the injury in question have something to do with this? The repair bill. I have here a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident. Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis? Yes, it is. I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me? Somebody tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright then. Your relationship with the Cadaverines is very strong, and this is why. I know exactly who you are, Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you? It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family's cars when someone pulled out in front of me. It was a motorbike, or something like that. I don't remember it very much. Anyway, I swear to try to avoid it, but... I took a blow to the head. A bad one. Yeah, I can imagine. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadaverini, right? I don't know. What happened to them? They ran away, or so I heard. Ran away? If they'd stayed, I'd have... Is it possible? Could the person who committed the hit and run have been, It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident. It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it. We collided the motorbike and my car, but Don Tigre isn't injured at all, is he? He was the tiger who caused Viola to crash. I can feel it. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. I'm sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike. What could it be? Oh, yeah, okay. The scooter itself, alright. It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? This repair bill was paid by Fury Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they? It's possible, perhaps. Somewhere inside me I know that may be true. I knew it. But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive. How much are we talking? Very, very, very expensive. She seems kind of hesitant about giving me an actual figure. I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right? After I recovered, Don Tigre told me he said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him.
Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? But do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but someone else. Someone you shouldn't cross? Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Viola Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money?
$1 million. $1 million.
Alright.
4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure.
Oh, really? Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big.
They said the operation cost $1 million.
$1 million bucks?
My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation.
Compensation, huh? It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million bucks? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow.
I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Viola Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. But I knew that wasn't really true.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
What he did to get the money was evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him.
You helped him? In what way?
Here, take these.
What are these? Medical papers?
I'm Viola Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer. He simply couldn't refuse.
Medical papers. Wow, I feel so bad for Viola. It's inexcusable.
Huh?
There are two things that I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of those tactics. Is everything alright, Nick? We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso. Yeah. I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Alright. I think our chef has some explaining to do. Hey, bonjour! I've been waiting for you, Mr. Armstrong. Ah, good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Oh.
Well, you guys got anything to say to use, fellas?
Ah, it's Zinniop.
Who are you calling Ziniope? Ah!
Come out from under the table already, Maya.
Okay, hand it over.
What?
You just want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers, now!
Uh-oh, I think he wants Viola Cadaverini's papers back.
You mean this? The $1 million medical papers?
Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you.
Forget about it! That goes dumber than an eggplant! Yous wanna know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad. And it ain't only her face. She thinks she's got power cause she's Bruto's little girl. Now that's sad.
I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm gonna expose what you did to get the $1 million you used to pay this off.
Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you wanna give it to me or not. There's two of us here. You got that? Two.
Oui.
Mr. Armstrong,
Forgive me, désolé, I cannot argue with him.
Ow! 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 Erg! That really hurt.
Is that all you has got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter.
Wait!
Don't take it too hard. Phoenix, right?
That was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. Those medical papers were vital.
Hold it, pal.
Detective Gumshoe?
Detective? You think who's gonna stop me, copper? Beat it! War!
Whoa. Come on, Gumshoe. Keep it together.
You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me.
But go, pal, and take this.
If you get hurt, who's gonna look after Maggie, huh?
Alright, thanks, Gumshoe. Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind. I'll get even with that guy tomorrow in court. $10 going down.
Hey, to be continued, eh? Forget about it, wise guy.